Sup Nuggets, and welcome to Ever Seen a Cat? I have seen a cat, in fact. Seems like just a wee, chilled out cat, finding cats in locations kind of game. But I am also going to be reading questions from you Nuggets, because it's been a while since I've done something community related, and, probably owe you one. So, let's start by rolling the wheel of random. I couldn't afford a wheel, I'm so poor, so I've just randomized the questions. First one, is there a reason you do so many suggestive videos? If so, what? They're funny? I don't know, it's just fun to do that kind of, click to find cat, wheel to zoom, press to reset, drag to move camera. Oh, okay. Hint button available after 2 minutes. Okay, let's see how long it takes me to find cats. Why do I... There's 30 cats per level? Oh, sweet. Why do I play so many suggestive games? Genuinely, I just think that they're funny. Some of them have been, educational, and I've learned stuff from them. But, there's a lot of times where it's just very interesting concepts that have been, put together in a certain kind of way. There's more to the screen. I see. And also, at any given, since doing YouTube, I've really enjoyed being able to just play games that I've never played before and do stuff that I thought would maybe be interesting and stuff like that. But also part of it is just any way to just stretch that line and just push the envelope as far as it can go without ripping, and of course upsetting YouTube in the process, which, speaking of which, it's probably about a minute in. Cunt. I'm sure YouTube will love that. Right, next question. What type of music do you like? I'm kind of annoying with music. I can probably listen to most things, but I'm kind of funny in the sense that, I'll listen to one song by a band and I'll be like, that is amazing, and then I'll hate every other song that they've ever made. And I'm just kind of picky like that with life in general. Now that I think about it, I am a picky bitch. Yeah, I can see as long as the music appeases and pairs nicely with the anime fight sequences in my brain, job's a good one. Favorite plant grown thing? Cucumbers, tomatoes, etc. Okay, so I'm going to presume that you mean vegetable. Onions. Onions are good. I like onions. I tend to put them in most things that I make. Where is this last bastarding cat? Favorite TV show? Avatar: Last Airbender. That's a really, really simple one to answer. Favorite starter Pokemon? Oh, I don't want to. I keep on thinking that this is ice. I don't want to be like most others that are kind of just Charizard, and pick the starter Pokemon. There you are, you sneaky little thing. Nice, 239. Great. That's probably not great. And be like, oh, Charizard, Squirtle. But Squirtle is always going to be a favourite of mine, just purely because, look, what more do you want from Pokemon? It's a fucking squirrel and a turtle combined. What more do you want? You want it to spray water? It fucking does that. Yeah, probably Squirtle. But to give the other types a little go, is this gonna slowly turn into a fucking Eldritch Horror or something? I don't like what's going on here. Or the oozing plants over yonder wa. For fire type, Cyndaquil, and for grass, Rowlet. I love that little owl fuck. If you could pick up any instrument with ease, which would it be? Probably piano. Or maybe violin or cello. The thing is the reason behind it is that as much as everybody's like, oh, I want to learn how to play guitar and I want to learn how to play drums and all that sort of stuff, nothing against anyone that does play those instruments, I'm not saying anything, but I like how versatile the piano and also the violin is, and how quickly you can just switch moods with it. Like, 1 minute it can be just like very gentle and soft, and then it can get dramatic as all fuck. So yeah, it'd be either of those two. Now there's a little kitty. There you are. That was a very little kitty. Best time of day, 3 a.m. Ever plan on releasing Tofu Nugget merch? Sure, because you know, it would be, obviously the main reason for merch is that, you know, support the creators that you like. But also it's so that, you know, you wear that merch or you have that merch or whatever. People see that and they're like, oh hey, I know that person too, or oh hey, what's that from, or where'd you get that, and, you know, spreads via that. So it'd probably be a good idea to have merch. That way, you know, people in your local area will know that you support a non-stop swearing, passive-aggressive, antisocial, chronically cynical, pessimistic Scotsman who likes pickled onions too much and definitely does not have a thing for witches. So, you know, all good. I'm right. Do you know what? I'm gonna try and answer these questions somewhat seriously. In all honesty, I haven't given it, like, I've talked about it in a jokey sense and stuff like that, but in all honesty, I've not given it that much thought, because if I'm being 100% honest, I never thought the day would come that I would be answering questions proposed to me by supporters of whatever random bullshit I'm doing that day. So it would be a very interesting idea, and I would love to do it, and subsequently also fuck with the dynamic of what merch would be. So yeah, if we get to a stage where merch seems like a good idea, then yeah, I wouldn't have any qualms with it. If you had to have one body part removed, which would you choose? I'm presuming you mean like a limb. So in that case, left leg, because I hate that. Fuck. Yeah, left leg, I guess. You know, I don't know if I'll want to go into the details of, like, which organ you would like taken out. Like, oh man, left kidney, because I'm desperately poor. Actually, that's a good one. Nah, I don't have enough connections to figure out who to sell that to, so nah, it wouldn't be hest me. I'd just be sitting with a kidney, just be like, well, it's not in me anymore, but put it in the freezer. What is the weirdest thing you've licked? I've licked a lot of things in my time on this planet, so really deep down, I think you need to ask yourself what you consider to be weird. And then get back to me. Why aren't you a furry? Fuck knows, because I sure as shit have been exposed to it enough by this point, so really, I don't know. Maybe you just aren't trying hard enough, furry community. Did you ever think about that? Maybe you need to try a bit harder. Least favorite liquid. I don't think I fully understand the I feel like there's lots of cats back there. I don't think I fully understand the question. Do you mean, like, least favorite drinking liquid, or, like, you know, because most people, I imagine, their least favorite liquid would be, like, acid. It's not usually that fun to be around and or drink. So I imagine it would probably be that. Yeah, acid. There you go. If you can remember, how many all-nighters have you pulled? Oh, I could not say. I've pulled many. I used to do all-nighters when I had like a test the next day, or well, it was more, I didn't really do well on tests. It was more for the exams that I would, you know, the night before, basically just pull an all-nighter and just try and cram as much knowledge into my brain as possible. Recently, I've not really pulled any all-nighters recently. I definitely stay up late. Like, see if I've got an animation that I really want to get out for a certain deadline or whatever, like, I definitely stay up late working on stuff. Sometimes I end up staying up later than I want to just by accident. But, yeah, way more than I can remember. Also, don't do that. Get your fucking sleep. Educate yourself. Get your sleep. I don't want a hint. Leave me alone. I've only got one more to find. I'll find it. Where are you? Yeah, I've pulled many, so many that I can't remember them all. There, answered. Would you eat something if would you eat something if mailed it to you? If you lot mailed me food, yeah, sure, I trust you. What's the next one? Why censorship Peacock and not censorship something else? Because censorship Peacock has a wife and kids that they need to support, and no one was willing to hire an ex-con Peacock. You know, he got into the lavish lifestyle, you know, after his debut in Dracula, and things just weren't the same after that. You know, most people didn't want nor really have a need for a acting Peacock, so you know, the work dried up very quickly, and yeah, one thing led to another. I said I was going to answer these seriously. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's a peacock in it, and that's where that comes from. Right, do you know what? I can't find this fucking thing. Hint. Oh, you... Fine. 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 It's fine. Have you ever dated someone? Yes, but it is good to know that you think that I'm so unappealing that you felt the need to ask that question. Thanks. Yes, I have dated people in the past. What was your least favourite internet craze? I don't really keep up to date with, like, I've gave up trying to fucking be part of the internet, said the guy who's got a YouTube channel. There's lots of shit I don't like about the internet, many numerous, and it changes so quickly that by the time I've compiled an argument as to why it sucks, it's already deed and buried, so there's no point in me even voicing it anymore. I don't know. I wasn't really on the internet at that stage of my life, but yeah, the Crazy Frog. Oh, and I'll tell you for why. When the Crazy Frog came out, it was a non-stop, much like trends are, non-stop. It was fucking everywhere. It was in the shopping. It was played over radios all the time. It was on telly. It was fucking everywhere. And, you know, I was young at the time that it came out, and I hated it already. But fucking Zachary had a pen. This is in school. Had a pen that when he clicked it, it started playing the fucking Crazy Frog, and oh my god, he clicked it like fucking all the time. After a week, the battery died in it, and it got thrown in the bin, thankfully. But fuck the Crazy Frog, and fuck you, Zachary. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most, because I was already a pretty violent kid, and it did not help. He was dangerously close to getting murdered. Opinions on seaweed, dried, fried, or other. I've only ever really had seaweed on sushi, and like I've had like dried seaweed. I don't know why I decided to click on the bird. I'm looking for cats. And like dried seaweed, like crisps. They're fine. It's seaweed. I've not really had many opportunities to have fried seaweed, but that would definitely be interesting. Given that God is infinite, oh Christ, and that the universe is also infinite, would you like a toasted tea cake? Why would you do something so mean to a poor wee tea cake? Also, yeah, oh wait, would that make it? That would kind of make it like a no, it wouldn't make it like a s'more because the chocolate's on the outside, so you just end up with a bunch of burnt chocolate. Could I have the... waiter, could I have my tea cake non-toasted, please? What posters do you own that we don't already know of? Weird question, but okay. I have a My Hero Academia poster. I have a Dark Souls poster. And I have a Bloodborne... Jason Bloodborne. I have a Bloodborne poster that is definitely not covering up dart holes in the wall. I am a great tenant. Don't tell my landlord. Can we get different angles on your katana? No, you would be blinded by its beauty. What inspires you? Oh, right. We went from, do you want a toasted tea cake, to what inspires you? Shut up, Hint. I'm answering questions. What inspires me? You know, usually people would have that answer already at hand. Not this guy. The past, I guess. I don't really like the past. I don't really like who I... More clarification, please. I don't really like who I was in the past. I don't like the way my life was in the past. So... I guess I'm inspired to constantly make sure that the past doesn't become the present again. Because I think it goes without saying that, you know, anyone who's had any kind of a life, you know, they regret things about their past, or they look back on certain things and, you know, wish things were different and stuff like that. But I just want to have a good time, I guess. I'm not really one of these people that, like, wants to be something. That was kicked out of me very early on in life. And I'm not really an individual that's got, like any wisdom to to impart or anything to say, really. If anything, I should be a cautionary tale of make sure to educate yourself, make sure to, you know, live your dreams, don't work in sales. Yeah, but I just want to do what I want, and if that, you know, if that helps other people, and being like, hey, if this walking travesty of a dipshit can just kind of do what he likes, then, you know, so can I. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and that way, like, anyone can kind of just do, you know, whatever they like, you know. Yeah, what inspired? That's probably the best answer I can give. I'm not really one of these people that, you know, has a lot of, like, inspirational things like that. I'm like the worst. I'm like the worst person to ask this question to. I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, is that so wrong? I just wake up and do the things that I do. I just make the content that I make. I don't really have, like, an outstretched goal that I'm looking to go towards. I just kind of want to... I just want to be happy, and, you know, isn't that what we we all really want to be at the end of the day? I would hope so. But yeah, I think also more recently than the beginning, obviously, but I think more and more it's also got to do with, like, nuggets, do you know what I mean? Because there's now people that where's this last fucking there you are. But yeah, that, you know, I've got a bunch of people that, you know, tune in for my content or watch my stuff, do you know what I mean? And, you know, it brings a smile to them, and if I can bring a smile to a person's day, then, you know, I'd consider that a major win on my part. So yeah, I'm motivated to kind of keep doing that, and you know, maybe help someone through a shitty day, and you know that's fine. And um, yeah, I guess that's the best way I can answer that question honestly without being too jokey. Yeah, I suppose I want to be happy, and I don't want my unhappy past to become present again, I suppose is the best thing that I can say. How do you like your coffee? I used to drink it black, but it was very bad for my stomach. I got told much later on after years of drinking it black. So milk, depending on what kind of coffee it is, but if it's just like drip coffee, then milk and 2 sugars. Same as what I have in my tea, basically. Do you have a favorite game? I mean, I think we all know the answer to that at this point. If you don't know, then what are you even doing here? That's a jokey answer. I don't know. I always find that very difficult to be like, what's your favorite? Because I enjoy different things about lots of different games. Like Bloodborne is an amazing game. Hollow Knight, fantastic game. Pokemon is a game that's always going to mean a lot to me. So it really it depends on what I'm looking for that day. I suppose. You know, what game do I want to play today? I don't really feel in the mood for this kind of thing or that kind of thing, so we'll go with this instead. This is a lot of space for there not to be a cat in. Yeah, Pokemon, the Soul series, Hollow Knight. Take your pick. Pick one of them and you'll be alright. Why can there be no peace for us? Only misery and the greatest happiness. Because peace is something that only really comes very briefly after war, and everything else is just turmoil, and we just got to learn how to deal with it, and keep walking forward, just keep taking those little steps day by day, and, you know, flip off life on your way out. Cat, found you. Yeah, I guess that. What made you want to start doing gaming content on your channel? Well, I had an idea, which was to make the webcam animated rather than an actual like face cam. But it was, see, unlike with others, like sometimes I get distracted very easily, and I am a master at procrastinating. But it was unlike with like other animations that I have done and I'm working on now and all that sort of stuff. It was very tedious, and I later learned that there was already that kind of concept with those like 3D avatar kind of things that people use. So I rapidly gave up on that. But I did want to start like putting out content more regularly, just because I enjoyed the process of like making something. And at the time also wasn't finding a lot of time to actually play many games. So I was like, oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I've already started playing a game, but I'll play something that I haven't played already, so my reactions will be genuine. And that's when I played like the Surge and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I just kind of got into the habit, and then like COVID hit, so like so that was a big like, oh, what am I gonna do with my life? Make videos. But yeah, it's evolved obviously to the stage now where like I really love making gameplay videos, because it means that I get to play games that I otherwise would have never played in my own like personal time, because I either didn't have time for it, or I'd be like, I mean, that's a lot of money to spend on a game that's maybe like 4 hours long or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why. Will you ever do another Try Not to Laugh? Sure. I mean, God knows I could use more practice and not being a giggly bitch. I will fail drastically, but yeah, sure, why not? Why do you value laughter so much? Because the world sucks and we all need to laugh. That was kind of a jokey answer, but also remarkably true. To me, the only thing that... It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what color skin you have, it doesn't matter what you identify as, it doesn't matter who you fuck, who you love, who you hate, it literally doesn't matter. We all at least have the capacity to laugh. Some of us more than others. So yeah, I feel as though the world needs laughter because there's so many more things in the planet making people sad and making people unhappy, and they also linger with you a lot longer than happiness does. You sneaky bitch. First clear, you cleared every place once. There are still cats to find. Why is there... What? Replay. What do you mean there's more cats to find? I don't understand what you mean by that, but okay. I mean, I might as well just do it. There, you know, people hang on to negative stuff a lot easier than we hang on to positive stuff. It's just just the way we're built. So yeah, if we all laughed more, things would be a lot better. And laughter really is, to me at least, I get that a lot of people won't agree and stuff like that, is really just like an amazing thing, because you never know what it'll do. It's truly the wild card of life, because you never know what's going to make someone laugh and or how they're going to laugh, because there's some things that people could say and you'll get like a heh out of them and that's about it, whereas you'll say the same thing to another person and they will literally shit themselves with laughter, and you know, you will not see that person again for years out of the embarrassment of they shat themselves. It's, to me, it's a very beautiful thing, and I don't think anyone looks or feels better than when they're laughing. So yeah, to me it's just, I love to laugh, and I would probably spend my dying breath trying to just cause one more laugh for someone, you know. I think it's, you know, it probably stems back to like there wasn't a whole lot of things for me to laugh about when I was growing up. So now I want to make sure that people are always laughing, either at me, with me, for me. Doesn't matter. Laughter's laughter, and as long as it's not done to upset others and belittle other people, then hey. Because I'm not super fan of like, oh, I see you, there you are, of like roasts and stuff like that. Wait, finally found all cats. Did I actually find all cats though? Or are you just, is this just the same amount of cats? I've honestly not been paying attention to the game. It's just been like cat. Yeah, yeah, I guess. Is James real? Of course. Here, say hi, James. Let me just shift it out of the way. What is a memory you think back on often? A memory that I think of often. Again, it comes with my personality, unfortunately. I don't really hang on to like negative, like oh, worst time I ever had was blah. A memory I think back on often. Oh, I know. Oh yeah, there's more cats, because I definitely don't remember one being by the inky Cthulhu dick. Going to Crete with my uncle, because it was a holiday, but it also wasn't a holiday. The premise of the holiday was that my uncle bought a property over in Crete and needed some help fixing it up and getting it shipshape, and decided that he would take me along as long as I worked. So for a 14, 15-year-old, who, you know, you always get to that kind of awkward stage where you're like, I'm an adult. And for a long time, I kind of was an adult because I had a lot of responsibilities to deal with at a young age. But this was the first time that I was kind of getting treated like an adult. And it was good as well to like go over and like actually do work and actually like construct something and learn a skill and stuff like, because the whole fucking thing needed done up. Like we had to make walls and build roofs and all that sort of stuff. It was in the middle of like bumfuck nowhere as well, so that's why he needed help, because he couldn't get any locally, and also, you know, didn't speak all the Greek. So yeah, it was the first time that I felt as though I was, you know, being treated more like an adult, and given some responsibility outside of just like take care of your little sister and that being it, basically. So yeah, I suppose that would be it. Where the fuck is this last cat? Oh, you sneaky bitch. Can you cook? Yes, I can cook. I probably do 1,000,001 things incorrectly when I cook, but I can make palatable food. Nah, if you like food as much as I do, yeah, you kind of got to learn how to cook. Also, you know, when you run out of the nest, you know, you can't just live off of fast food and ready meals your entire life. You need to start developing some skills. But yeah, like I'm saying, I probably do a lot of things wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure that I've never cut an onion properly in my entire life, but it gets cut. I burn myself all the time. So yeah, it's I can cook safely, properly. It's but it gets cooked. Actually, the one thing that I will say, to my defense, is that no one has, and I have never had food poisoning from anything I've made, or any complaints really about the food other than like, oh, this could have used some more salt, or this could have used blah. So I would call that a success. Would you not? I can't find this. It's always the last one. If the angle between a tangent and a chord is equal to the angle that is subtended by the same chord in an alternate segment, then is the angle between the tangent and the radius still perpendicular? Look, it fucking... Shut up, alright? I didn't pay attention in school to all this bullshit. Why? Because unless you're trying to be a scientist, you don't need it. That's incorrect. Study, stay in school, get your education, get your whatever you're getting, and then fuck off. And then complain once you're out of school about how unnecessary school is. But first, while in school, do all the stuff that they're telling you to do, and then complain about it. Don't complain about it while at school, because then you'll leave and have nothing, and then be complaining about the fact that you also have nothing. To the answer to that question, though, yes. Did I win? Did you know that the answer is yes? Yes? Why do I feel like I'm being gaslighted? What made you decide to play through Changed, and why would you let yourself suffer through playing Changed? Well, at first it was just something that we had spoken about, and the Nuggets had all like discussed this game. This was last November, when I first started the trend of oh, you're chippy, of playing suggestive games for November. And this one looked kind of sussy, so I decided to play it. And then I went back to it because I wanted to play more games that were sussy for November for reasons that current me doesn't know quite why. And yeah, it rapidly became irritating for me because it's that kind of gameplay that irritates me very easily, which is namely, do something, fuck up, cool, now you're all the way back and need to repeat it. And it's that kind of repetitive like you're burning time, but you're not gaining anything from it. You know, it'd be different if you're playing a game and, you know, I'm getting experience, or I'm getting money, or I'm getting, you know, whatever kind of fictional currency illusion of actually gaining something that the game has. But in games like that, where it is literally like that actively try to irritate you, those ones irritate me very easily. So I rapidly became frustrated with it. And then, which you know gets probably noticed, is that I was getting frustrated. I took it as a personal challenge that I was being frustrated by. So then proceeded to try and finish it, which I did. So huzzah and hurrah for me. Who would win a death match? Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny? If stealth was involved, Santa Claus. Otherwise, the Easter Bunny. I don't need to tell you why. That's not part of this question answering charade. Me just basically being like, I didn't have a video idea. Which is incorrect, because this has been brewing for like a week. Yeah, there's my answer. What's the most iron brew you've ever drank in a day? Oh, like 3 liters. That's... Yeah, probably about 3 liters, actually. I think I made it through like 2 liter bottles. Yeah, 4 liters. You ask some very odd questions, but okay. Do you have a favourite animal? You know, it might just be that I'm being slowly brainwashed by this game, or just cats in general. But I think everybody more or less is like, cats. Unless you've got like an allergy or whatever. I don't know, I've loved turtles, you know, and it's weird because I just kind of developed an obsession. This is the thing as well, I've never actually like held a turtle. I don't know where this turtle obsession comes from, but from a young age, I was like, turtles. And to the previous question, this was even before I played Pokemon, so it wasn't like, oh, a real life Squirtle. No, I just have been obsessed with turtles from a very, very young age, and I do not know why. So yeah, turtles, I guess. Are there any game concepts you wish existed? I'm not a game designer. I don't know. I like games that have a sense of character to them. You know, like the person that's made them had this idea in their head, really wanted to, you know, push it forward. I like unique games. Do you know what I mean? Like all the games that I always seem to have like the most amount of fun with, which goes back to like why I make so much gaming content now, is there's so many games that like I play that I would never have touched due to money constraints or time constraints or whatever in my own life, that have brought like so much joy to me as a person and hopefully to other people. Do you know what I mean? Like games like, you know, like Sucker for Love and like my lovely wife and stuff like that. Like these games that are kind of short and just kind of have a concept to them, and they're like well written and stuff like that. Like even not games that were like longer, like even ones that have been like indie made and stuff like that. Like there's some games out there that have been so much fun to play, are just so funny to play, and I've really loved making these kind of videos for, I don't know how long I've been making gameplay videos now, probably like 2-3 years. But yeah, I have loved making those kind of videos. So games that have character really have their own thing going for them. I don't play a lot of, and I've not got a lot of interest in a lot of like AAA stuff, because it's usually got microtransactions and is just cold hard, like let's make money. With a lot of them, not all of them obviously, but with a lot of them it is just like there's not a whole lot there for me to give a fuck about, especially nowadays when I'm like, oh, this pales in comparison to this game that 3 people made. Do you know what I mean? Next question. Pineapple on pizza. I don't really like pineapple in general. So for me, pineapple isn't going to be going on my pizza, because it definitely doesn't transform into a palatable thing for me by going on pizza. I have had pineapple on pizza before, and I don't like the texture of it, the consistency that it turns into. But here we go. But do you know what can fuck right off of pizza? Peppers. What? Stop. Bell peppers have no place on pizza. All they do is make your pizza fucking soggy. Get the fuck off my pizza. There. There's my response. Do you prefer reading just words or reading comics / manga? I never really liked comics, to start off that question. I never really liked comics as a kid. I never really got bought many comics. Like, my big cousin gave me some comics. But I always, much to the Marvel universe at the moment, I never really liked the whole, oh, okay, now we've went back in time and changed this, and this is a different reality, and all that kind of shit. Like, it got very... Even at a young age, I was kind of like, oh, right, you're just doing that so that Wolverine isn't dead anymore, stuff like that. I would say manga, because also, you know, for one, I never really read any books out of the curriculum that I was given for school. Read books, educate yourself. And two, my parents also never gave me any books either. 3, even when I did start reading books, like for myself, they were a lot more boring than people made them out to be. And look, I'd just like to premise this by saying that I understand that a lot of people that, you know, love reading and all that is a chonk boy, that love reading and all that sort of stuff. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that there's anything bad about it. What I'm saying is that for me personally, books did not go quick enough to keep up with my brain. I already have a very overactive imagination at the best of time, at the least of times, which is part of the reason that I find it difficult to go to sleep at night. I already have a very fast-paced, overactive imagination, and books were just too slow, which was part of the reason that I found them boring. Not boring in the sense that other people find them boring, and the argument's usually like, oh, but if you use your imagination, the words become pictures, you pleb. No, they went too slow for my brain to keep. Like, I would just start. Essentially, I would start. Like, I'd pick up a book. I would read like the first couple of lines, and already my brain would be like, "Cool, this is gonna happen. He's gonna die. That's gonna this," and I would just already be like halfway through the book, and I'm still in chapter 1. So yeah, I didn't really. Comics, I suppose, because at least it's fast paced enough for my brain. I go through manga really quick. So like, I'm just like, yeah. If I'm reading that in my own head, I'm pretty quick at reading. If I'm reading it out loud, for whatever reason, the distance of here to here, it ends. The connectivity just ain't so good. Next one. You said that you used to have Pokemon cards. What was your favorite one that you collected? My favorite one that I collected was, pretty sure everybody had this one, right? But was the Burger King exclusive Mew card that came out as promotion for the Mewtwo film. The reason for it is because that was the first and only time that I ever got to play Pokemon Stadium. Stadium or Stadium. Yeah. Was the first and only time that I ever got to play Pokemon Stadium. So that card was a fond reminder of that day that I got to play Pokemon against some other kid that was being taken to Burger King that day with their parents. So yeah, that one. But I don't know, like I never really took part in the, like I was into Yu-Gi-Oh because I understood how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So I ended up collecting a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh cards than I did Pokemon cards. But there wasn't, in my school, it was very much Yu-Gi-Oh was the game. Trading Pokemon cards wasn't really a big thing in my school, in my primary school. It was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm still missing one. Where? Hint. I can't get the hint yet. God damn it. Where is it hiding? Oh, little kitty, I need you to show yourself. But I'm gonna have to run down the clock. Oh, so sneaky. Next one. Opinions on being sick. If you mean being unwell, then it's not fun. If you mean opinions on throwing up, then I used to enjoy throwing up. Not in that sense. Like, you know how when you need to throw up, you feel disgusting, or at least in my case, you feel disgusting, your fucking neck starts fucking getting all funny feeling and saliva starts pouring about, and you're just like, oh god, no, I'm gonna be sick, and you know, it feels terrible, and then you throw up and everything's great. You know, you don't feel shit anymore, you got it all out your system. I always had the weird thing of, like, I always felt sick, like mid-sleep. Like, I would wake up, like, I would already be kind of restless, and then I'd, like, roll over and I'd be like, I'm gonna throw up. But you don't want to get out of bed, so you just kind of lie there, and you're like, it'll go away, right? It doesn't go away. So you end up getting up and you end up throwing up, and then you feel so much better. But that was the old me. No such luxuries exist nowadays. Now, if I need to throw up, I will try my fucking damnedest not to, because when I throw up now, it is worry and pain. And if it's not worry and pain, it's worry and pain. Oh, and also blood because of the stomach condition. So yeah, I try actively not to throw up now, which is a sad thing, because I used to, whenever I feel unwell, I panic, because I'm like, I can't throw up. If I throw up, I need to go to the hospital, and I don't want to go, and I start getting very upset. Maybe not tears upset, but definitely upset. How many hats do you own? Scarves. I presume that was supposed to be how many hats and scarves do I own. I would also just like to point out that that's 2 questions, not 1. But hats and scarves, I own 1 scarf, and I own 4 hats? 5 hats. I own 5 hats. There. Again, yous ask... I don't know why I'm pointing out that yous ask odd questions. I mean, fucking look at the content that you subscribe to. Do you still enjoy doing YouTube? Look, I don't do YouTube as a job, so unlike with my actual job, if I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't be doing it, because I ain't getting paid for it. Do I enjoy doing it? I want to make it very clear that I'm at this stage in my life where if I don't want to do something, I just don't do it. Also, if I need to do it, I will do it as quickly and with as minimal effort as possible, in order to not be doing it anymore. My time is mine, and I want to be spending as much of it as possible doing fun stuff, laughing, just having a great time with life, until the day that I eventually get put in the forever box and turned into vape clouds. So yeah, if honestly, the day that I don't enjoy doing YouTube anymore is the day that there's no content that gets uploaded, because I have stopped giving a fuck about it, and probably just, that's the thing, is like, I do YouTube because I enjoy doing it. It gives me a creative outlet by which to get all this out. So I feel as though if I stopped doing YouTube, I would probably return to the past. And as we've already discussed, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, I don't think you have to worry. I don't think there's any chance of me quitting YouTube anytime soon. YouTube quitting me might happen if I make it to another November. But no, I don't think there's much to worry about there. I really do enjoy doing YouTube, and I'm lucky enough that I don't have like a toxic community that will make me be like, you know what, do you know what I mean? You guys are great. So yeah, I don't see there being any reason for me not to want to do it anymore. So next question. Most painful injury, either hypothetical or something that happened to you. Well, if it's a hypothetical, then I wouldn't be able to give the answer because I would be hypothetically describing the pain. Oh, you sneaky bitch. I would be hypothetically explaining the pain, so that doesn't really work. Because in that case, I'd just be like, pregnancy, and know nothing about it. I mean, I've broken my arm. I've had, like, I've fallen out a tree and, like, split my leg open, and I've split my knee open, and I've had all these kind of things, do you know what I mean? But these are just, like, short moments of pain. As I said, like, I burn myself nearly every night that I... Slight exaggeration. I burn myself a lot, I cut myself a lot, that's taken out of consideration whilst cooking, or opening, like, parcels and stuff like that. Like, I get so many paper cuts. But these are all just, like, very short-lived, like... And also your concept... I feel as though your concept of pain changes as you get older. Like, I don't find these kind of things all that painful anymore. It's just more of a nuisance, because I'm like, oh man, I need to animate it later. It's going to get in the way. That's my pen hand. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more of a nuisance than anything. Chronic pain, however, oh boy. Like, I have back pain and stomach pain, and those are the worst, because they're just slow and persistent and such cunts. It's typical that my pain mirrors me. It's just slow, persistent, fucking evil. So yeah, I would say that I more feel pain from like back pain and my stomach pain. Those are the ones that get me, because they're constant, but then they also flare up and they get worse. My stomach pain is definitely worse, I would say, because there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. With my back pain, I can kind of be like, oh, right, okay, lie down, try and stretch out my back, and take painkillers and stuff like that. With my stomach, it's just no bueno. Here's your pain for the day. Enjoy. Because I can't exactly just drink a bunch of deep heat to help my stomach. I can put that kind of shit on my back. I can't do anything for my stomach, unfortunately. So yeah, chronic pain is definitely a lot worse than anything that I've had in the past. What is something that you like to do that is unrelated to work and YouTube? Good question. I like footery things. I like when I was young, I loved Lego and still to this day love Lego and like Bionicles and all that sort of stuff. I obviously can't. I have bills to pay. I can't, unfortunately, go and buy buckets of Lego as much as I would love to. But yeah, I like dead footery things. When I was young, my papa, also my granddad, made me fix a pocket watch. Well, not made me, that sounds harsh. It was like, hey, you know, you've not got anything to do, so here, try and put this back together again. And yeah, like I like wee footery things and stuff like that. But generally, the unfortunate thing with being an adult whose life sucks is that I don't really have that many like hobbies or anything like that. I enjoy swimming, but I've not been able to go swimming for quite a while because of epidemic. but yeah, like I don't. Weirdly enough, I don't like jigsaws. I think if there's too much going on, I'm just gonna fuck it. But yeah, these footery things. And back to previous questions as well. I do enjoy cooking. But, you know, do I enjoy the cooking aspect of it? Or am I just a fat pie who enjoys eating it all? We'll never know. Where is these cats? I would just also like to point out, I do realise that, you know, it has sprung to mind that I have been hunting down cats for the past hour. Whilst talking absolute shit. Where are you? Oh, yeah, fuck you. So that has crossed my mind, but we've still got a few questions to go through, I think. Once the questions run out, that's when we'll stop. And if we stop with cats left unfound, well, it's unfortunately just going to be you that's upset all night. Yeah, so I guess that. Have you ever bitten an onion before? Cooked? Yes. Raw? Yes. Medium rare? Yes. Are you satiated with these? Did me? I don't. No. Stop questioning it. Stop questioning it. It'll slowly drive you mad. Next question. How many people have you kissed? Too many to count, I'm afraid. Good try, but I would probably be wrong. Tofu Nugget is a slut. Noise. Trumpet. That means what are your opinions on trumpets? I've never been near a trumpet. There's trumpet in music. I guess in music it's fine. I have the feeling if somebody walked by me with a trumpet. Oh, that's not true. There's the fucking sickening orange walk. Yeah, don't like it. It's loud. It's that level of decibel that really irritates my ear. So yeah, I'm not a fan of trumpets in music. Like as in recorded music. Fine. Real life trumpets, no, I don't want to be anywhere near that when it happens. So yeah, there you go. That's that answered. OnlyFans when? You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that to be a thing. You know, Markiplier doing it, that's one thing. Nobody wants my OnlyFans. Why would you suggest such things? You know what I'm like. You know, as soon as I have a thought in my head, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna make so many people upset. 10 million subs. There's an unattainable goal. 10 million subs, and I will start up an OnlyFans. That's all I'm saying on it. Do you have something planned for 3K? OnlyFans. No, I have to do a 360 degree view of myself apparently, so that you lot can know what my back looks like. I guess. What would you do if there was a child right in front of you? I'd probably ask them what a fortnight is. If they say a game, they get yeety deleety out the window. If they say 2 weeks, then they get gently placed in a bin until their birthers arrive or their designated caregiver. What would you do if the... Oh, no, wait, you did that. Do you have a favourite type of ice cream? Oh, pistachio. Or, and this is back to a previous question again, there was this one that my uncle got me in Crete, and it was amazing. And I don't know what it's called, and I don't speak to my uncle anymore, so I can't even ask. It was like... I don't know if it, I feel as though it had like caramel through it or something like that, but there were these bits of like the only thing that I can think of that resembles it is, you know, like the fibrous material that shredded wheat is made out of. It was like that, was all through it, and it was fucking amazing. And I don't know if it was just fucking amazing to me because it was so fucking warm over there that I wanted to die, and I was also working in that heat, but it was amazing. It was the best. Obviously, if special Greek ice cream is not available, or pistachio, I tend to default to you know, basic bitch mint chip, because mint chip and strawberry are the best ways to figure out if that brand or that shop are actually any good at making ice cream, or if the ice cream's shit. Chocolate's chocolate, you can't really notify anything of it. Don't really like banana. Vanilla is vanilla, do you know what I mean? So if you ever want to figure out if an ice cream shop is good at making ice cream, get mint chip or strawberry, and you'll be able to tell if they're actually good at making it. I feel as though we've went through this multiple times by this point. Can you tell me how many? No? Okay, well, never mind. Where we got? Why do you spend time with your nuggets? You guys are fun. That wasn't a joke answer. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, see, once I started making like a Discord and stuff like that, like, it really surprised me how many of you like got together, and surprisingly how many of you were not absolute dicks in general, and also to one another. So yeah, it's fun to swing by and see how yous are doing, and, you know, see if there's any suggestions that you have. Like, obviously this video wouldn't exist if it wasn't for your unique choices and question asking. So yeah, no, it's nice. It's selfish. It makes me feel good to know that I have brought a bunch of people together, and their only common thing that they've got going on is me. It's very much an ego inflator. But no, like, it's fun hanging about with yous. Yous are a good laugh. Obviously, I wouldn't be, you know, as motivated to make the content that I do if there wasn't some kind of signal that, you know, people were enjoying it, and you guys are very much that signal. So yeah, I mean, if you want me to stop, you know, the comment section is there. I'll just stop swinging by, you know. But yeah. What is something you do you still want to do? Just like in general? So many things. And also none of them. This is where it gets complicated. I would love to do so many things, but there's this thing called time, and this other thing called money. Yeah, I mean, I would love to do so many different things, and like wacky ideas, and go places and do stuff, do you know what I mean? But I unfortunately have to work, which eats up a lot of time, and then I like doing this, which eats up a lot of other time, and yeah, maybe in the future I'll be able to do other things, like go, because for instance, like obviously I've talked about Greece a lot. I don't have a passport because for the longest time there was no, and still to this time, there is no hope in hell of me going on holiday. That is way too much money to spend on what is, to me, at the moment, nothing, because, you know, I would love to go see these things, but am I going to spend a month's wages on it? No. So yeah, I would love to do lots of different things, and like, I'm a very boring individual, but that's just because I've kind of made peace with certain things, like not going on holiday. There are some people that like must go on holiday. If they don't get their holiday every year, they have a mental breakdown. But, you know, there's lots of things that I've just kind of come to terms with, and, you know, I'm fine with it. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to go do those things. I would love to go on holiday. I would love to see other places. Like, for instance, like, to do with gaming. I've never been to a gaming convention. I've never been to any convention because usually I'm either working or it's a money thing. So yeah, there's lots of things that I would still love to do. But it would depend on how the future pans out, I suppose. So yeah. Oh, and that's all the questions. So yeah, we'll find where this final kicky. Surely I must be fucking done. Surely it's fucking select play. I must be done. I must have found all the kitties. How many fucking I don't know. But that was Ever Seen a Cat? And subsequently, me answering a bunch of your questions. And it would also, you know, just as a final dig, because I didn't make tons of jokes, is none of you asked the origin of the name. Too busy asking how many onions I've eaten. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Again, it's been like an hour. But hey, you had questions. I wanted to answer them. I wanted a kind of chilled, relax video. So here we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, bat the subscribe button, like the video, geese your banter in the section down below. And let me know if you want me to do another one of these, because there is an Ever Seen a Cat 2, which is just gonna sit there until I have a bunch of questions again. But that's your right for today, alright? Cheery bye.